Coming up, Hela talks tech with Tim from Oldfield's garage. Sparks fly at BM Catalysts. And candidates are knocking down the door at CCM garages. Plus much more. First up is Hela's Tech Talk.
One of the things we tend to find is that a lot of garages are aware of ADAS, but they don't understand the importance or the link to certain repairs that they're doing. So, well, I'm absolutely over the moon and thrilled to be at Oldfield's garages to see Tim, who obviously a multi-award winning garage, have done phenomenal things to be at this level, and I'd love to see more garages like it, and I can't wait to obviously have that initial conversation and understand more about his business and how we at Hela can complement it.
So this is our workshop space. Just over a year ago, we were just 4,000 square foot with this space.
Yeah.
We've expanded next door really to sort of build on the ability to do more commercial work, a bit more fleet work and that sort of thing. That's where we sort of see the ADAS side of our business sort of fitting in. Nice flat floors, which I know you need.
Absolutely.
This is sort of where I would see it being more useful, you know, in terms of being able to get stuff, because stuff tends to be a little bit less in and out in this side.
So for me, straight away, the beauty with our system, or ADAS in general, most ADAS systems, they're on sort of a trolley, so you can move them wherever you want for the main rig.
Yeah.
So you can have it against the wall, like the TV is now, out the way, do your day-to-day jobs, and then obviously push it back. The ones that are predominantly tricky is things like Honda, Mazda, with radars, because they are sensitive to metal, and they require a lot more space. But predominantly, I would say 90% of ADAS, you'd be absolutely fine to do it in this kind of space. But it would be 360 camera, lots of space, and a very, very flat floor, very clean. And a good colour as well, I must say.
The queries I think lots of garages like myself have is that how do you make it commercially viable? So body shops, you've got a requirement because it's there, but in cars, it's a sales process. You've got to make sure you educate people. So what do you do around the sort of the front of house or the business side that matches the technical side?
So the most important thing is knowledge to the consumer. A lot of people drive their vehicle not knowing what systems are on it. We all know some people who have a mobile phone and they might be driving. We don't encourage it, but we know that sometimes it does, and the autonomous emergency braking all of a sudden kicks in. So we explain to them, well, we want to make sure that that feature is working correctly. So when we do certain work on the vehicle, that is linked to those systems. A great example of that is with alignment. When we put those links into it, customers are actually more aware of that. They're like, oh yeah, I've experienced that. We give you the tools and the marketing to sort of explain it to the customer in layman terms.
So let's just say we've got a vehicle that turns up today. We don't know if it's got ADAS or not. Does Hela tell us that, if it's got ADAS?
The most important thing is a pre-scan, and a pre-scan will tell you whether the vehicle's got ADAS or not. So it's a diagnostic tool. At that point there, you're plugging in with the diagnostic tool, you're identifying forms of ADAS, and they're predominantly in the ADAS section. As soon as you have identified that it's got communication to a module, we know it's definitely there, it's fitted on the vehicle. At that point then, the technician should be obviously going back to front of house saying, I can confirm that it's got X, Y, and Z. We've looked at the repair that we're doing. We need to do this calibration as well. We need to make the customer aware.
So to me, there's two aspects to that, isn't it? It's that, you know, we've done a vehicle inspection. We do that as part of our process anyway. So, you know, we'll take a vehicle over mechanically to see if it needs brakes, springs, all those sort of things that can give a customer some pain in the short term. But then adding in another step to that process, I think it's fine. If you're looking for an ADAS problem, that makes perfect sense that you would do that scan. If you're not looking for an ADAS problem, it's different, you know, because you haven't got that going through your mind at the same time.
Absolutely. It's the same sort of process that I would put it on is would you need to scan a car if there's no light on the dash? The chances are probably not, but most people, as soon as they see a light within a dash, they say, well, I need to scan a car, and they're obviously charging for a diagnostic tool. So it goes hand in hand. In an ADAS system, because there's so much tolerance within those systems, the chances are the light probably won't be on. So we don't have an indication of whether the system is working correctly or not, possibly. Normally, when it's out of tolerance and it is not working correctly, you get a warning light on because it's past that tolerance. But it is something we have to factor in, that it's a bit of a change of mindset as well.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for today, Tim. It's been absolutely wonderful to see your garage and meet all the team. It's been definitely something I'd like to see ADAS with in the future. So I look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah, cheers, Rick.
Tina, we spoke yesterday on the podcast for the IAAF board, and one really important part come up is recruitment. What we see in this industry is people going out to other industries, but very few we attract from other industries. However, you have a really good news story about CCM. I believe you've attracted technicians, especially, just by your reputation. Tell us more.
So we recently lost a technician who's gone back to Poland. So we've put an ad out with a recruitment company that we use regularly. And they've actually come back to me, emailed me back and said, I love finding technician staff for you. Your reputation sells itself. And he went on to say that he actually has technicians come to him and ask if CCM have any vacancies. So our reputation exceeds ourselves, and we just need to put an ad out there and they can fill it. It's normally our expectations of what we're looking for is what defines whether we get that person or not.
That raises many intriguing questions. Firstly, how does it make you feel?
Humbled, very proud of what we achieved. I think it's nice to the work that we've put in over years of building a culture and a team is paying off, and it's nice that people can see that.
And how have you achieved this?
The biggest thing I think we've done over the years is realise that people come first before customers. Leadership is not a title, it's not a status, it's actually a behaviour. And you don't need a title or a status or a position to be a leader. Anyone can be a leader. And what we've done is we've behaved in a way that's empowered the team. We've behaved in a way that built a culture of trust, appreciation. We value what the team, what they do, what they have to say, their opinions. And I think over time that's just built, and people are aware of that now.
Do you think the fact that you are a female director in a very male-dominated industry, do you think that's actually benefited CCM, is the fact that you are this all-inclusive company and actually anybody can come and join your business because you are welcoming and you have this reputation that you're a great place to work? It doesn't matter who you are, what you are, it's what you do.
I think I agree 100%. And I think we touched on it in the podcast yesterday. It's about filling the role. Doesn't matter gender, race, it's just not relevant. If you've got the skill set and you can fill the role that you're looking for, that's what's important.
And you're very prominent on social media, and that story's great internally, but you need to tell people that, don't you? Otherwise there's no point in being that kind of business. You need to, every bit of social media you do is actually recruiting, even if you're not recruiting at the time.
Yeah, it's about putting your name out there, putting your brand out there, demonstrating what you do, what you believe in, what your values are. And the more you do, the more people see, and that's how you build that reputation.
How isn't it if you had to be in this industry?
Very.
I kind of do that, but yes.
Yeah, very challenging. I've had moments of having imposter syndrome many times. I think there are times when you have a little bit of self-doubt, not so much whether you have a place here. I do believe I have a place here, and I do believe I've earned my place to be here.
Without a doubt.
But there are times when we all have that doubt. Are we doing the right thing? Have we earned the right to be where we are? I haven't had that for a while until quite recently, but I can't reveal that yet. But yeah, it's been challenging, and I think a bit like Penny was saying this morning, if you've got the determination to do it, and you've got the confidence, you know what your goal is, and you're committed to doing it, that's what gets you there.
And have you enjoyed it?
I've loved it. I love every single part of this industry. There's not a bad thing about it. I love the people. I love the suppliers. I love the networking. It's just fab. It's just absolutely fantastic. The best.
What's one thing you change going forward?
What's one thing I will change?
Oh, I like that. What's one thing you will change?
One thing I will change? Yeah. Having listened to Penny this morning, I'm going to be more committed to some of the things I believe that will work better for CCM and the industry as a whole. So I'm going to work on that, being 100% committed to what I choose to do.
And how proud are you of what you've achieved so far?
Very proud.
Every business in automotive is saying the same. You can't find brilliant people, you haven't got time to train them, and the skills gap is just getting worse. Meanwhile, we've got levy pots that aren't being used, managers are overwhelmed, techs are hitting the ceiling, and your future business leaders are being developed. Upskilling through apprenticeships is the most effective, cheapest development tool, but most employers don't even know how to utilise it. In this video, I'm going to walk you through our full upskilling framework that we've worked with automotive groups to build internal capabilities right through from entry level to management. And I'm going to talk you through how this works for independent repairers right up to large corporates. Apprenticeships are just for 16-year-olds is the biggest misconception, probably amongst our industry and others. And it's completely untrue. So an apprenticeship can be used for anyone, at any age. And actually, it's not just entry-level programs, but they can take someone right through from a school leaver to degree level. Apprenticeships are a brilliant way to attract new people to your business, but also a brilliant tool to upskill existing staff members and existing people within your team. If you're a levy paying organisation, you've already got a pot of money that's sitting there ready to be used for apprenticeships. And so many automotive employers are just not tapping into this or fully maximising it. So if apprenticeships aren't just used for entry-level roles, how can we really use them within our businesses? No doubt, many employers out there are spending a small fortune on learning and development and training, buying commercial courses for team members. Well, apprenticeships can do exactly that. An apprenticeship standard is based upon knowledge, skills and behaviour, and they provide you with a really clear development journey for an apprentice to follow. When you upskill through an apprenticeship programme, you benefit from greater loyalty and staff retention, but you also get a structured development learning journey rather than just a one-off course. One of the most important things team members want to see in today's world is a clear path for career progression. Loyalty isn't what it was years ago, and we know that people do change jobs more easily than they previously have done. So as employers, we need to be given visibility of what their career journey could look like and mapping out that path for them. Apprenticeships are a brilliant way to do that, as they offer entry-level qualifications through to intermediate, expert, and right up to leadership and management. So when you're thinking about developing training plans for your team members, don't just think about external corporate commercial training that you're having to pay for. The first point of call should be, how can I maximize the levy and the pot of money that I'm already paying into? So how can I bring apprenticeships as the first touch point for that training, learning and development, and then look to bolster on additional courses? Let's say you've got a long-standing staff member and they've potentially reached a ceiling, or they're looking for a new challenge. Rather than watching that person leave and all of their attitudes, their behaviours and the culture that fits with your business, why not use an apprenticeship to keep them? So think about the new skill set they're looking to develop, whether that be a move from the shop floor, maybe a paint technician, into parts or VDA, or something that's even accounts through to HR. So once you've identified potential skills gaps and potentially even those people that are right for an apprenticeship program, it's then matching that to apprenticeship standards. There are many out there, and what's important here is to not just look at the obvious or maybe what you've done in years gone by. This is an opportunity to really align what the business needs with available standards out there so that you're getting the results that will take your business forward. For example, you may have a service advisor who has quite a technical background, then actually a level 3 customer service or even team leader apprenticeship might be brilliant to supplement a lot of the skills that they've already got. A workshop controller, for example, again, may have more of a technical background, but actually you're looking to develop their operational skills. So an apprenticeship at level 5, operational management, might be something that's best suited for them. Likewise, you may have had someone that's come into the business from an early age, potentially hasn't had any external training or qualifications, but actually now has shown commitment and loyalty to you, and you're looking to reward that through maybe a customer service or even a business management apprenticeship. And then for those future leaders of your business, you may have already identified them for their natural attributes, their work ethic, their commitment, but actually an apprenticeship program, a degree level leadership program might be brilliant to supplement what they already know. It's teaching them knowledge, skills and behaviours alongside their existing habits to create a really well-rounded leader of the future. So it's brilliant that you've identified the skills that you're looking to develop, the people that you're looking to develop with your newly created apprenticeship program. But actually now you need a training partner to deliver the standards and actually implement these learning journeys. The key here is to be agnostic, and that's difficult because it takes time and energy to identify all the different training providers that can deliver the courses that you're looking to run. But also it might not be a one-size-fits-all approach. The best way to achieve this is likely using specialist providers for the specialist areas you're looking to upskill. As well as different training providers, you've then also got different delivery methods. So you have day release, in which an apprentice might go to a local college. You've then got block release, which opens up providers further afield as apprentices are staying there for maybe a week at a time. And then you've also got on-site delivery or remote delivery, where an apprentice would have a dedicated coach that supports them through their whole learning journey, but the apprentice stays on site 5 days a week. Navigating the world of training providers and the delivery methods is complex. So we work with employers to really understand what's right for the particular person, the department and the business. And we've seen that one department may have 3 different apprenticeship standards, all with different training providers. That's a lot to manage, but also if you're going to look at really utilising and maximising the levy pot, it's better to do this properly rather than to try and create a one-size-fits-all approach that ends up not achieving the results you're looking for. So once we've identified the particular individual or cohort of people that we're looking to upskill, we've then found the right standard and matched that with the right training provider. How do we actually set this up? This is where a framework becomes incredibly important because there is a lot to manage. So let's run through exactly what needs to be done in order to get anyone set up on an apprenticeship program. Firstly, we have to run eligibility checks, right to work, residency proof, then get into previous qualifications, prior learning assessments, making sure they're eligible to actually get on the apprenticeship standard they're applying for. We then look at updating employment contracts to reflect apprenticeship needs, linking and connecting on the DAS portal, funding approvals, levy transfer. All this and more is everything you need to be considering for every individual apprentice you're looking to onboard. And often we see employers drop the ball with this because there's no real ownership. Does this sit with HR? Does this sit with payroll who manage the DAS account potentially? Does it sit with employee relations, as we've had sometimes? Well, actually it's Apprenticeship Central. We firstly help you identify what programs you should be looking at, what skills are needed, but then we make sure that all of this actually happens so that you can utilise the levy that you're already paying into. We take responsibility and management so that everyone can focus on what they need to be doing, and we make sure this happens. So now we've got learners set up on an apprenticeship journey. So you're starting to maximise that levy pot. But what really matters is how this is perceived across the rest of the business. Firstly, it's important that management are giving learners dedicated time to complete their off-the-job hours, but also to be able to apply the knowledge, skills and behaviours that they're learning and really being able to implement them into the workplace. This benefits not just them, but also the wider business. It's also really important that the business as a whole starts to see apprenticeships as a real value and not just an entry route for bringing talent into entry-level positions. Businesses need to be investing in a culture of continual learning, but also providing mentors and other key members in the businesses with the tools to be able to properly support the apprentices once they're on programme. The businesses that are winning here are those that have a culture of continual learning, and they're also giving their mentors and existing teams the tools that they need to properly support apprentices when they go on new programs. Yes, it's about getting people onto an apprenticeship, but it's also about how we set up as an organisation to make sure that we're really getting the best results and maximising that levy pot. So what does success look like when it comes to a successful apprenticeship framework to upskill your existing staff? Well, firstly, retention and a reduction in recruitment costs. You shouldn't now have to be searching for external hires to plug skills gap. One of the benefits over standard corporate training is it's highly measurable. You're given a structured learning plan with key milestones and a qualification, a respected qualification as a result. It gives learners a guided journey so they can see progression and what would happen once they complete. But it also improves retention and loyalty. Within our framework, here are some of the things that we measure for success. Retention rates, reduction in recruitment costs and external hires, internal promotions, culture improvements, employee satisfaction, R&D outcomes, levy utilisation and cost savings. When you track this properly, utilising apprenticeships becomes less of a HR thing and more of a commercial decision that drives business growth. Now we've understood the framework, let's see if your business is ready to make some of these changes today.
as head of the CV section on the IAAF, it's one of those areas because these things at the aftermarket always tend to be about cars.
Yeah.
So we try and use that forum to talk about the issues that we have on commercial vehicle. One of those areas, your garage talk, is about workshops.
Yeah.
And we're not reaching them today. And we feel that they are looking for a voice in the industry, and we want to be that voice for them.
So how do people become that voice? Because it's not you that's the voice, it's them that's the voice. How do they become that voice, and how do they channel it through you?
Well, we want to look at trying to reach those workshops in the first place. They may or may not be members. I'm guessing that most independent ones are not members currently. So we would like to try and reach out to them in some way and try and help them develop their workshops.
And what kind of voices do you want to hear from?
Independent garages, owners, people that run their own VMUs, the kind of issues that they've got, and where we as the IAAF can support them in terms of safety, in terms of legislation they may not even know about. It's similar on the car side, really. Don't think we're reaching them today.
And what sort of legislation issues and other issues are you seeing that they may know about them, but they may not know where to go, and you may have already done some research on those?
Well, one of them is around the safety. Obviously, they're working on trucks and trailers. They're heavy. There's a lot of legislation out there in terms of standard operating procedures, but then there are also a lot of things around roadworthiness that they may or may not know about, and also because legislation on commercial vehicles means they have to bring their vehicles in every 6 weeks for inspections.
Yes.
And just want to try and help those guys understand what it is they need to know about.
But also, as the car market moves more towards prevention rather than cure, the 6 week period that you mentioned is actually invaluable for the car world to learn off, isn't it?
Oh, I mean, and I think with the commercial vehicles, they're professional, okay? Yes. So there's a real need for safety, and I think there's a lot the car market can learn from that, particularly. And I think, by probably bringing the car and the CV workshops together, there's some synergies there that we can also work with them.
Do you think maybe there's a garage out there that does commercial work but doesn't kind of understand that it is a different, or doesn't realise that
I think there are a lot of independent ones.
Yeah.
I think the main dealer ones kind of know, because they're trained through the OEMs. Independently, some of them are doing it without maybe realising that they need to conform in a lot of ways.
And they won't be doing anything that out of maliciousness, right? They just need to understand there's help here and be part of this, because it will make you a better person.
and to understand what their challenges are and how we can support them from the IAAF, in the same way we are with you guys and the garages. More so because it's far more legislated.
Yes.
And so I think it's really quite important we try and reach out to those. And I always think with the automotive industry, and we see it all the time, there's a hell of a lot of focus around car.
Yes,
and there's hardly anything on CV, and yet these are the vehicles that are running around our country getting everything to us. So
yes, and of course if we lose some of the stock of vehicles, then the food chain breaks down,
everything,
the parts breaks down, and of course, that's a big part of the car parts market. We need the parts moving around the country.
And we're not just talking trucks here, we're talking buses, we're talking fire tenders, emergency services, ambulances. So it's not just again, we say commercial vehicles, everyone thinks trucks.
No.
There's a vast array of commercial vehicles out there.
Well, the one thing I always think gets forgotten is recovery vehicles. Everybody sees the A and the RAC, etc. There's also the people that move the buses and the lorries off the motorways.
Absolutely.
They're still needed as well, they're commercial vehicles.
Absolutely.
So how can people join?
Well, that's something I'm going to work on this year in 2026 with the forum, because a lot of our committee members are suppliers. We've got 2 or 3 distributors in there. We're trying to build that community so that we've got a good reach of different businesses within it, and it's around awareness then. So we'll do some campaigning, we'll work with our mailing list on who's with us, and then develop it.
Amazing. Well, what the IAAF are doing is amazing at the moment. It's changing, and I think this is the next step and the natural step.
Yeah, I think so, and it's more awareness around commercial vehicles as well.
For tools and machinery, come to Machine Mart. Experts in our 65 superstores help you choose from the vast range, including air compressors, tool chests, stoves, welders, generators, water pumps, heaters, power tools, and much, much more. Or just order by phone or online. Look out for our money-saving special offers. Our free catalogue contains hundreds of price cuts and great new products. Or visit our website with thousands more specialist products in Machine Mart Extra. Shop in-store, online or call.
Ian, we've relocated, elbowing our way not only through lots of people, but also stopping to drool at lots of cars.
Yes.
What's caught your eye specifically this morning?
Well, I'm a bit of a sucker for a WO Bentley, actually, amongst any other cars, may I add. And this cheeky little number, or not so little, has caught my eye. This is a very unusual car because it's still got its original body on, and a lot of them have been converted to what are called Vandenpla replicas, like the Le Mans cars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's got quite a sort of semi-formal body on it. As I say, most of them have been taken off.
Yeah.
But it's a 4-door convertible, which is very unusual. It's got the beautiful Bentley running gear from the 1920s, the Cricklewood era of Bentley. Yeah, it's also Lord Grantham's car. He's loaned it from Downton Abbey, especially for it to be here, for us to film. It's been used in, of course, the TV series.
Yeah, I was going to say, we found something more famous than you. Yeah.
Well, I am a legend in my own lifetime.
This is true. This is true. What else has caught your eye? Because it's not actually, when we say classic cars, we're not talking all old cars like this. You know, there are racing cars we've walked past from within the last decade even.
Yeah, I think there's a beautiful Mark I Golf in Hall 1. Here we are with some lovely cars, looking at a Mark I Escort there. I think the level of preparation this year, I've noticed, is significantly higher than it has been in years before.
Okay.
Yeah, they've upped the ante, which is great.
It is. What does a show like this offer people? Because it's all very nice just looking at old cars and reminiscing, but there's more to it than that.
Well, I think it brings back memories, and everybody of a certain age has a memory of a classic car. And because there's a wide range, there's every level of the classic car market here. And I think you're right. It is more than but it's the emotions they stir as well. And from a VW Beetle right up to whatever Ferrari something or other. I think there's something for everybody here, really. And for the youngsters to discover cars that they don't know about before.
I'm so glad you pointed at me when you said youngsters. It's not just cars either, is it? Because there's automobilia, you can have a rummage for a left-hand sprocket or a painting, whatever you want.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a big show. Yeah, it's a big show. Yeah.
Which illustrates, I guess, the strength of the classic car market. There are people pouring in, there are people pouring off public transport to get here. And what have we got? 5+ halls, and they're all full.
Yeah, more than that. I think it's 8 now.
Is it?
Yeah, you're right. It's I think it's a family day out, and there's enough aesthetic here, almost to cater for people who aren't particularly interested in cars.
Sure.
That sounds a very strange thing. Yes,
but it's true because it opens your eyes to a different part of motoring, I guess.
Exactly, different part of life. Yeah.
Sure. Right. So we leave you here for your chauffeur, or are you about to chauffeur his lordship?
Well, I'm just Hugh Bonneville and Cora are just about to turn up. I'll say hello to them, and then we'll be on our way. Okay.
Right, Ian. Let's move to Ferrari.
Yes.
The Ferrari Owners Club has got a nice selection of soft top cars. What have we got? Let's start here.
This is a 360 Spider. And I of course like these because I've got one as well, as it happens.
Right.
This is Argento with Nero interior. It's got the Challenge grille on it, and these are quite good value at the moment, actually.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah.
What are we talking in terms of engine performance, things like that?
This is a 3.6 litre engine, hence the name. They're top out about 190 miles an hour, something like that. 0 to 60 in 4-ish seconds.
Okay.
But, they're just a great car.
All right, okay, I might be sold. Let's just go and have a look at what else I might be able to invest in. Not sure about the colour, but what have we got here?
Well, yes, this is Gel or Fly, which I love. It's been in the Ferrari colour palette since the 1950s, actually. 450, successor to 430, successor to that. So it's under the skin. It's that car, engine beefed up to 4.3 litres. And this was a bit of a transformation because a lot of those were still manual.
Right.
By the time this came out, a lot of 430s were the flappy paddles. And now people want to go back to the manuals.
It's more of a driver's car?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
More of an interactive experience.
Okay. All right, again, engine, performance?
4.3 litre. Quite a difference between this and that. Add another 5 miles an hour on the top speed, and probably a few tenths of a second off the 0 to 60 time. But the styling, was markedly different.
Yeah.
More Hornsey here, etc. Different interior, different dashboard. Yeah.
Okay, and then keeping going, a very different shape again altogether, a more recent car.
Yes.
What have we got here?
Well, this is an interesting diversion for Ferrari. This was their entry-level car.
Define entry-level, come on.
Entry-level, much cheaper than usual.
Right.
So this is the California. A 2+2, as you can see, you can fit your favourite chickens or whatever in the back seat. And these are, on the second-hand market, these are extraordinarily good value. You can pick one up, good car, low mileage, favourable colour scheme, good service history for round about £40,000.
Okay.
And it's got the retractable roof, engineered by, I think, Webasto, the German company.
Are they holding their value then, these cars, or is it reflecting the market in general then?
I think they've bottomed out to a certain extent. I'm not sure that there's much room for them to depreciate more. Like a lot of cars, they obviously come new a big chunk of change. They depreciate over 3 years. Slowly slow down on the depreciation, then they level out, and then eventually the ones that are left, the decent ones, start to go up in value. I think this is sort of at the bottoming out stage, value-wise, really.
But there is still that mystique about a Ferrari. There is something about it that whether it's, somebody our age or a small child, they know about Ferrari, and you just want one.
Exactly. Yeah. And I would say, this has allowed people access to the Ferrari brand. You had the Mondial in the 80s, but this is almost. It's not quite Ferrari for the everyman. It would never be that, but it is more accessible.
Is the longevity of Ferrari in some respects a surprise? Lots of mates have come and gone over the years, and it's had its financial travails, but it's still going. And actually, from the outside looking in, it seems to have really rallied in the last decade. Is that fair?
I think so. Yeah. Well, this is a massive production car. I mean, I can't quote the production figures, but this again, it's volume. That's Bentley went that way with the GT. Instead of being hand-built £250,000 cars, they went for a car that was less than 50% of that, just to survive. They've all done it. They've all downscaled cost-wise. Mercedes with the A-Class in the late 90s opened up a whole new market. It's survival. Yeah.
All right. Your fairy godmother has just landed. You can take one of the three. Which one and why?
I like this one.
Because?
This is actually, it's a flappy paddle one. I think they're a lot of car. I really do. They've got a reasonable luggage compartment. They're a touring car. It's not particularly subtle in yellow. You couldn't park this in a hotel car park and expect it not to draw attention.
True.
Yeah, they're a great driver's car actually. The 430, mid-engined. Yeah.
What more could you want? Excellent.
Hi, I'm Max.
Hi, my name's Maya.
Hi, my name's Anton.
Hello, my name's Isabella.
I'm an apprentice at TechMan doing marketing, and I've been here for around 5 months.
I'm a IT support apprentice at TechMan, and I've been here for about a year now.
I'm doing an apprenticeship at TechMan. It's a business administration, and I've been here for about a year now.
I've been working at TechMan for about 4 months now, and I'm doing a business administration apprenticeship.
What made you choose an apprenticeship at TechMan?
Well, when
When I first got the interview for TechMan, I went in for it and I was told how many of the team here have actually been apprentices and are apprentices, and how many of them had then moved on to quite high up full-time roles. So it was just a great sign that this is a really good place to grow your career.
It's a good place to kick off your career in whatever role you decide to choose.
So when I came to the interview, Drew, he basically said, you know, a lot of the people in the business have been apprentices before. So that kind of stood out to me.
Well, after coming for the interview, I felt so welcomed and comfortable during the interview, and they made the process so seamless after that point as well.
What's your favourite thing about working at TechMan? Definitely at TechMan is the people side. I mean, everyone here is so friendly and were really welcoming when I first joined. I've made some really great friends here, and I've been given like a good amount of responsibility as well, which is obviously really nice for me because it shows that I'm trusted in my role.
My favourite thing working at TechMan was probably the team. They were very welcoming, especially how daunting it was to join an all-male team. So yeah.
Probably the job role that I'm doing, helping customers, and obviously because it sort of helps me in terms of what I want to do long term. Yeah, but I love the environment, love, you know, what I'm doing, so yeah.
How lovely everybody is all the time. You feel so comfortable asking questions, and there's so many new things I'm learning day to day, and it's just increasing my experience massively.
How supported do you feel by the team day to day? Every day, whenever I've got an issue, I can just ask someone and they're always helpful and always have a lot of patience with me. I mean, I've been told that by people here that whenever I need help, I can always ask them, which is obviously really helpful for me.
I am not afraid to ask any questions, especially in our morning meetings. I'm able to raise any issues I have during the week.
Quite supported, to be fair. I can ask any question that I really need help on if I need help, really. Extremely.
I'm welcome to ask as many questions as I want, and I'm not made to feel like it's a silly question at all. And it's just so they make me feel so comfortable all the time.
Where do you see yourself in a few years at TechMan? In a few years at TechMan, by the end of my apprenticeship, I'll have hopefully been offered a full-time role because I'd love to carry on working here and carry on doing what I'm doing with this amazing team that I'm with.
Hopefully becoming a fully qualified member of the team, hopefully doing some more responsibilities in software development.
Hopefully still here. I've been here for like a year now, so hopefully a bit more responsibility. But yeah, I'm not planning to leave anytime soon.
So that I can feel confident to help new apprentices and make them feel like their experience is just as well as mine.
So my name is Michael Warner. I work for Warner's Midlands plc. We are a fourth generation family run company based in Bourne, Lincolnshire, and we are a specialist printer of catalogues, magazines and brochures. We started off here in 1926. So being an independent printer, we're able to do loads of different job roles for hundreds of clients. Our machines can vary from runs of maybe 1,000 to well over 1 million. So to make life easy for our customers, we try and operate an all-in-one shop. So that's everything from pre-press support, the printing, the binding, everything, even delivery. So we have uniquely our own fleet of vehicles, including sprinter vans and some lorries, which we use Axtec for. We certainly benefited from Axtec load indicator because we're not necessarily delivering full loads all the time. It's really important for us to keep our drivers safe. So where we can actually see the weight on the axles and where everything is in relation is absolutely brilliant. It gives complete peace of mind to us, particularly as we can be doing multiple drops on the same vehicle in the same day. So it's absolutely what we need. At the end of the day, we are a family-run company and we do things in a particular way. You know, our people are our most important asset. So for us, it's the safety of our drivers, making sure they come home every day. We're doing things the most efficient, that we're doing things legally, we're doing things properly, because for us, reputation is everything. Having that technology to give that extra reassurance is absolutely brilliant for us.